Season 5 of The Score, the Team Roping Journal's podcast, where we cover the roping industry from top to bottom. This is where the team roping world talks. We talk through tough subjects, we talk big wins, and we talk real issues affecting the community. I'm your host and editor of the Team Roping Journal, Chelsea Schaefer.
Hey everyone, it's Jenna. Welcome back to another episode of The Short Score. On this week's episode, we have a tip from roping.com with Dakota Kirchenschlager and Brad Lund. Their new video series will be coming to roping.com very soon, so stay tuned for that. On this week's episode, they're going to be talking about the rule of 3 when it comes to training a young horse and how you can manage your time and maximize his progress by using this rule. This week's episode is brought to you by Absorbine. Stay tuned for the commercial break to hear more about them.
Two old guys. Billy Allen, I work for Billy Allen, and a lot of people probably don't know who Billy Allen is. He was probably the guy that taught me the most about being a true horseman.
Yes, sir.
And it was weird because he's old school. He would let you, I was trying to learn how to figure I was going to Billy Allen's. He's going to teach me how to train horses, you know?
Yes, sir.
And he did in his own way. I'd get him screwed up and get in trouble, and he'd just sit there and, But that guy could do more with one horse in 3 days in a row than most people, you know. He's just old school. They didn't, it's the information back then was like, we're not, I don't know, it was weird.
Yes.
Nowadays, everyone is so willing to, the information is just like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, nowadays.
We're sharing information for people to get better. At that point in time, it was more like, well, don't tell him what we're doing over here, because he's going to take that home and he's going to beat us. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And it was more of a, you know, well, you're going to have to figure out how to get that horse like this.
Yes.
So he taught me in 3 days or whatever, if you just took your time and just stayed with it, stayed the course. And he said, when you put him up, if you've done your job, you can get on him 3 weeks from now and it was right where you left off. Mm-hmm. You may have some, you know, little things of freshness or whatever. And the other gentleman that is a renowned dog trainer, Delmar Smith, he's a believer in
3 days.
3 days. It goes in 3. So, I mean, I don't know why I learned it like that.
I've heard it from Brad, I've heard it from Corey, Sean Darnell, Robbie Schroeder, Gary. They always told me days of 3s. I had no clue what they were talking about. With the times when everybody had told me this, I had no clue what they were talking about. And now as I've gotten older and trying to do this as a business and for a living, I see it very, very vividly, you know. I think that's where a lot of the places, you know, young horse trainers like myself get into trouble is you have to have a number of horses to be profitable and make a living. Well, you can't ride that number every day. But if you can ride 3 days in a row, the same 3 horses, and don't get me wrong, on the 3rd day, that horse that you've rode 2 days in a row, you don't have to put as much effort into. The horse is going to be pretty good. So on that 3rd day, you can start another set, and that can be their first day. And then you just keep the ball rolling, you know. And I think the days of the rule of 3, I think it helps more people with their managing of their horses, you know, because I'm just as guilty as anybody. I've went way over the days of 3, and I know Brad has, and you look back and you're like, man, that horse was progressing. I was wanting way more than that 1% a day.
Well, they have to be happy, too.
Yeah, and then just like it goes back to happiness and how they look and everything. I mean,
they have to enjoy their job. If they're not enjoying their job, you know, either they weren't cut out to do it, or we are demanding too much at a certain time, or because when you get in the heat of battle, they have one of two things. They have to want
to do it,
to help you, or you've got your thumb on them enough and they are intimidated enough, they know that they're going to get in trouble if they don't do their job.
Yes, sir.
I prefer option A.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying that you don't have to do some of option B.
Yes.
Just depending on
the horse, situation.
Stud or whatever. It just
depends on the
there again. You just have to evaluate your horse's physical and mental capabilities and go forward with what you got.
100%.
And if they're not capable of doing it, maybe they need to find a different career, because that happens too.
Oh, for sure.
Magic Cushion hoof packing is proven to provide fast, soothing relief for overworked, overheated hooves. Magic Cushion helps relieve symptoms associated with hoof concussion and trauma. It calms sole and frog inflammation and soreness, and it starts working to reduce hoof heat within 1 hour. Magic Cushion is trusted by top farriers, plus it uses natural ingredients. Magic Cushion can be used for hoof relief after training or competition, and it lasts for up to 24 hours. Magic Cushion can be packed under a shoe and pad and left in place through the shoeing cycle. For fast-acting and long-lasting hoof relief, choose Magic Cushion. Learn more about Magic Cushion at Absorbine.com.